Okay. Welcome to Ear Hustle TV. Ear Hustle TV is presented to you by Bed and Bougie Entertainment. Right now, we are waiting on our very special guest, Clover G artist Young Nook, who has a show coming, album release party, July 1st.
Mhm.
So while we're waiting on Young Nook, we'll go into some special just trivia and just some random topics
Conversations.
conversation between me, which is CEO Miss Nikki, and the beautiful Dr. Gaskin.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, so one of the topics we'll talk about are boundaries
Hmm.
and yeah, respecting boundaries.
Right. Uh, Boundaries are pivotal because I'm gonna say one thing is that I didn't set boundaries on a lot of things, and I learned that boundaries has to do with personal and professional boundaries. And if you don't set them, people will take advantage of you.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say people will take advantage of you, they normally will take your kindness as a weakness
Mm-hmm.
because they believe that, oh, they're kind-hearted, they're genuine, so they'll be accepted. They're going to accept that behavior from you, but in reality,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't allow it to happen to them,
Exactly.
or they wouldn't do it to anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So when I look at people who don't understand or respect my integral of my boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
I look at them as they looking at me less than
Mm-hmm.
somebody else or less than the
Mm-hmm.
business that whom they may do business with.
Exactly.
Because I value myself. I try to run myself very integral, everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Not saying that I'm perfect
Mm-hmm.
or not saying that I won't make mistakes, but I just believe that people identify kind-hearted people
Mm-hmm.
and they begin to take advantage of them. So I think it's pivotal for a person to set personal boundaries and professional boundaries and know the difference between the two,
Exactly.
because we sometimes let our personal emotions run our business and that could be detrimental, and sometimes we allow our heart to
Mm-hmm.
to run our personal attributions, which could be detrimental as well. And
Exactly.
I'm learning over the past time as I identified with self
Mm-hmm.
how to not allow my emotions to dictate the things that I do,
Exactly.
or try to dictate how I feel or expect somebody else to treat me
Mm-hmm.
or be towards me. So at that point, I let people be who they want to be. I
Mm-hmm.
let people do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to me, I learn to remove myself from uncomfortable situations
Exactly.
and situations that's no longer serves my peace
Yeah.
or my mental
Mm-hmm.
stability.
Yeah.
I just remove myself,
Yeah.
even if it hurts.
Yeah.
I still learn to, okay, get over this.
Mm-hmm.
You'll work yourself through the process. And I vow to never allow myself to get into any type of personal emotion or
Yeah.
professional emotion ever again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that, when I'm dealing with other people, it's not that I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just that I've created boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've learned
Mm-hmm.
personally
Mm-hmm.
and professionally, people don't like when you set boundaries
Yeah.
because you begin to teach people how to treat you,
How to treat you. Yeah.
and they don't like that.
Yeah.
And the first thing that a person want to turn around and say is, you changed.
You changed. Yeah.
No, I didn't change.
Yeah.
I changed how I allow you
To
to
treat me.
treat me,
Mm-hmm.
or to manipulate me,
Yeah.
or to try to reconstruct myself or persuade me otherwise to do business that's suitable to you.
Yeah.
So I've learned that you have to look at stuff as clearly as it is and analyze things clearly as it is, because a picture can say 1,000 words but
Mm-hmm.
also hide the truth. So
Exactly.
I had to
Exactly.
learn
Mm-hmm.
that a person to tell me what I want to hear
Yeah. Yeah.
and mean something completely
Yeah.
different. So I began to set boundaries and establish that, because if you don't, you'll be miserable always trying to please people,
Yeah.
or
Being a
you'll
people
be
pleaser.
right,
Yeah.
and you'll be miserable saying why they don't. I'm just saying this: why they don't love me like I love them,
Yeah.
or why they don't treat me like I treat them, or
Yeah.
why are they doing me like that? It's because you set a false expectations
Yeah.
of that person, and now you disappointed because they couldn't live up to that.
Exactly.
So I've learned, trust me, this has
Mm-hmm.
been trial and error,
Yeah.
that I've learned that my peace is important,
Exactly.
and I deserve
Mm-hmm.
what I believe I deserve.
Yeah.
And if a person cannot treat me in that manner, or participate with me in that manner,
Mhm.
then I know what I need to do.
You need to
And I
step
don't,
back. Yeah.
and I don't blame that person. I just step back, like you
Yeah.
said. I remove myself, and then I create the boundaries that I need that's necessary to catapult me to my next level.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, if you don't set boundaries, it can make you stagnant.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And what I'm learning about boundaries is being in the industry, because I started this off as a hobby. And my sons, they had the King Life studio in my house, and people would come by and, may not even know that that was my house, but the studio, was at my house. People came, they recorded for free, they ate for free. You know what I'm saying? They spent the night, and
Because that's in you.
yeah, because that's in me. That's the person that I
you
am,
are, right.
and so, once it became no longer was a hobby, it became a business. You know
It
what I'm
shifted.
saying? It shifted, once, I was still, doing my shows, letting people do events for free. If they didn't have the money to perform, I let them on my shows, even with headliners. And what people don't understand, it costs me thousands of dollars that come out of my pocket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't get loans. You know what I'm saying? I do this out of my pocket. And so when I do my contracts or whatever, and they don't have the money to perform, I let them perform anyway. And so when they started, some of the people, they started getting, more shows or whatever. And then then when they do, when I called a couple people and asked them if they wanted to be on the show, oh, I don't do for free anymore. But then I turn around and I have a show. Yeah, and then I have a show where it says a Bad and Bougie Entertainment event, and then I see them post a flyer, and they're on the flyer. It didn't run it by me.
That's the boundary.
That's the boundary. You didn't. How are you on that show?
Right.
And that's a Bad and Bougie Entertainment show. You didn't. I'm still trying to figure out how you are a artist, or how are you even a host on that show when that's my event. So I'm trying to find out, why is that flyer even up? And the thing is, I have to find out that way. And I'm not an ugly person, because anybody that know me knows, you know what I'm saying, what I'm about and how I am. So I shouldn't have to go on social media and find out that this person is a host on my event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
so
overstep their boundaries. And
the boundary is not overstepped, because that person still have yet to let me, Bad and Bougie Entertainment, know that they're on my show.
Right.
So
but see, the thing is that people will try to take advantage of the situation and forget the help that you've helped them with.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when they reach a certain level, then they want to act like they're above what you offer.
Yeah.
And the thing with that is that then they want to say, oh, they're a bad person because you say this, or you tripping, or you doing all this. No, in reality, I'm setting my boundaries.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what my guideline is.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you how I structure something. It doesn't have anything to do with what I'm doing. You just gotta respect the business.
Yeah, and it is about business. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do anything for free, I have no problem with paying. I've never had a problem with paying. I pay every headliner that come on my show, whether it's my godson, my nephew, my son. I pay for that out of my pocket. And I'm doing people a favor by letting them come on to my show to a event for free. You know what I'm saying? Because it costs me thousands of dollars to get those people to come onto my show. I have to pay for the venue. I have to pay for the artist. I have to pay the DJ. I have to pay for security. You know what I'm saying? They come out of my pocket. And I normally don't say this, and I normally don't talk about this, but for me to go on social media and see that somebody is on my show that didn't even talk to me, well, actually, they're not going to be on the show. But you don't just put a flyer out saying that I'm pull up on me, I'm on this show, because you haven't even talked to me.
It's boundaries.
You know what I'm saying? So that's number one, that's disrespectful to me, and that's disrespectful to my company. And anybody that know me, I'm one of the nicest people that you can meet. Right. But you're not going to step on my toes, and you're not going to disrespect my company.
Right.
You know, so you're not going to disrespect the boundaries. You know, now to tell me somebody that have let you come to my house and record for free,
to help,
yeah,
be the catalyst for that next level.
put you
And
on
then
shows that I put you on shows, events that I throw and didn't charge you or didn't charge people. And then you turn around and say, "Oh, I don't do things for free anymore." It's when you say it like that, number one, you say,
it's not like you
yeah, it's
asking for
not, yeah, because
favors.
I will
Right.
pay anybody.
It's how the delivery.
Yes, the deliverance,
Right.
because I don't mind paying. I pay anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But the thing is, I turn around and go on social media, and this same person that said that they don't do anything for free have a whole flyer up saying pull up on me. I'm on this show on July 1st and didn't even go through me.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
As you should.
Yeah, so it's all
Because
about, yeah,
it's about respect.
it's all about respect.
Yeah, it's about respect. It's all about respect. And then because you're a kind-hearted person, and then you turn around and say no, or I'm not with that foolery. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically what it is. Now you diss and they want to discredit your business, or they want to discredit you, or they want to say that this and that miscommunication. But what I've learned about people is they never would tell what they did to
Yeah.
cause you
Yeah.
to do the things that
Yeah.
you did or respond.
Yeah.
But they will always tell how you did it
Yeah.
and try to elaborate and make you look like the
Yeah.
bad person.
But one
Yeah.
thing about me is I'm not really worried about what anybody say about me, because I know who I am and
Right.
what I do, and other people know my character. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
And see, a lot of people that know
And that's
me,
integral.
yeah, a lot
Right.
of people that know me know who I'm affiliated with or who I'm related to, and that's who they attach themselves to.
Right.
It's not so much as the attachment to me, it's the attachment to or the connection to who I'm related to.
Right.
But
it still
is,
hurts.
yeah.
It's still
What the thing is,
well,
what
it
the
makes
thing
you
is,
mad.
I'm not even hurt, because you're gonna hurt yourself more trying to trying to go around me to get to the artist, because the event is actually, you know what I'm saying, my event.
Right.
So because you went to the artist, that still doesn't change anything, because you still have to go through me.
Right.
So that was disrespectful.
So basically, what the individual did was didn't come through you, but use the artist to get on your platform.
Yeah.
Wow.
I tried to, because
but
it's not
didn't
gonna happen.
Right.
It's not gonna happen, because that person has my phone number and my social has every way to get in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just very disrespectful. So
Right.
I'm not, I'm not an ugly person, and I'm just not
It's
gonna
just
be
boundaries.
disrespected. Yeah.
It's just boundaries. And people need to understand, and I will say this, that people need to understand that it's a difference.
Yeah.
It's a difference from me, how I am personally, who I allow to get close to me, and then how I conduct business.
Yeah.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
It's business.
Yeah.
And it's an order. And what gets me is they expect you to respect them on their level, but they can't respect you on your level.
Well, see, the thing is that they don't respect my level. The only thing is the people that I'm related to are famous.
Right.
I don't consider myself famous, but the people that I'm related to is famous. So they more so want the fame of the people that I'm related to. But the events that the people that I'm related to are my shows. So most of the time that you see some of the people that I'm related to on events that you see me at, or if you look at the title, it'll say Bad and Bougie Entertainment Presents. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a humble person. I don't go out and say, okay, I'm behind this and I'm behind that. You know what I'm saying? If they don't read the flyer and say Bad and Bougie Entertainment, it doesn't really matter to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just as long as everybody, come and have a good time.
Right.
But
and it's sad because people try to get close to people just because of the connection.
Yeah.
And and really that can have people miss out.
Yeah.
On genuine connections.
Yeah.
Because of they're trying to manipulate and go through the situation. So I totally get it. Even in the field that I do, and even in some areas in my personal life, I've run across that.
Mm-hmm.
I run across that type of situation to where I had to take a step back,
mm-hmm.
and I had to identify my boundaries, because it's one thing to have personal peace, but you need to have a peace of mind in your business too, in your profession.
Yeah.
And and if that means that Some people may have to get disconnected at the root.
Yeah.
Then they get disconnected at the root.
Yeah.
Because one thing I know, that even though you may dig a tree up, you still can plant another one.
Yeah.
Right? And the other one can begin to grow.
Yeah.
And sometimes we got to uproot stuff.
Yeah.
In order to get where we're going. Because
Yeah.
some people act like leeches.
Yeah.
Because they want that connection that you have, or they think that you're the next best thing, or they think that they can use you to get wherever they need to go.
Yeah.
And in reality, you could be the catalyst, the pusher that help people.
Yeah.
But because they went around it the wrong way, you don't want to have nothing to do with them.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't want to have nothing to do with them.
And so because I wouldn't come to your place of business and disrespect your place of business.
Right.
So I'm not gonna allow people, just because you've come into my home, you know what I'm saying, to disrespect me. I don't care how many times we done spoken. You told me what your conditions were. You don't perform for free, and I'm willing to pay. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't allow you that chance to that communication.
Yeah, but I didn't even know that this person. I just put this flyer up at 3:00 this morning. I just went on to my social media and saw the person saying, "Pull up on me. I'm on this show." That person didn't even let me know. I didn't even know the person even thought they were going to be on the show. They didn't even contact me. I already have my roster up for July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Right.
I already have my artists. I already have my DJs. I already have the club. I already have the venues. That person was never even, if I wanted that person on the show, I would have contacted that person. But after I've been nice to that person, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not name dropping, but after I've been nice to this person and I called and asked them to do a show, and it's the way they said it, not, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, what's your budget? If I would have said, I'm having a show, would you like to be on the show? And they would be like, well, what's your budget? That would have been, but the way it's the way you say it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I never ever had a problem. If I'm gonna pay a headliner, there's, you know what I'm saying, there's legends, you know what I'm saying? I pay legends. So the little amount of money that you ask for, you won that on my show. You won that on my show. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That was a giveaway on my show. So, and I'm not being cocky. I'm just being for real. The money so
sometimes you gotta be real.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have to know that you matter too.
Yeah. So
you matter too for who you are. It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And then for me to look on social media and find out you on my show and you didn't even, okay, you wasn't it. I could have called you. I got your phone number. If I would have wanted you to host the show, I would have called you and asked you to host the show.
Right.
So for you to just up and put up a flyer, didn't even ask me to put up the flyer. I go on social media and see the flyer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that flyer might as well come down. Well, she could keep it up, but she's not going to host the show.
Right. Excuse me a second.
So, yeah, like you say, it's all about respect and boundaries, and and the thing is, I'm not even mad, because it's really about the principle. It's really about the principle. How people do things. So,
right.
Yeah,
and it's just the respect level.
Yeah,
it's just the respect level.
Yeah. So, Young Nook is calling my phone. I can't even answer because we're on live.
That's what I had to do.
But anyway,
he probably don't know how to do it.
Yeah. But anyway, so I had to let the artists know we're gonna have to talk, because I'm not, there's
and then I would like to say we professional women, and when we conducting a professional job, then we need to handle ourselves accordingly. And if you don't set boundaries, if you don't set those contracts, and you don't do what you're supposed to do, then people will believe that they can take advantage of you and treat you any kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's pivotal, and you have every right because this is not your first rodeo.
Yeah.
You know, this is not your first rodeo. You've been in the business for a minute,
Yeah.
and you're recognized. And it's the same, you know, like with any, even if you are upcoming, you know what I'm saying? Even if a person is upcoming, people need to understand it takes a lot for people to do the things that they do.
Yeah.
And if it take a lot for me to do the things that I need to do, why would you think that I'm going to allow you to diminish it in just one thing, or allow you to run over me
Yeah.
and the things that I'm doing? I'm not going to allow you to do that. I'm not going to allow you to do that. We're not talking about that. That is not a subject that we're talking about on the live. We're talking about other issues, but not that. Okay. So, um, though, you know, so it's just other things that we have to stay focused on, and people will take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So boundaries need to be set. Yeah. So boundaries need to be set. Yeah, boundaries need to be set, and it's important. Personal boundaries too, because people think that they can tell you one thing and do another. I'm like this. I got to have alignment.
Yeah.
In all areas of my life,
Mm-hmm.
which means that what you say to me has to match your actions.
Exactly.
And your actions have to match what you say.
Exactly.
And you know, if you're gonna make a promise to me, I'm looking for you to keep it.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna say certain things, or if we start off a certain way, I'm expecting you to finish that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm a type of person as I notice visible changes.
Yeah.
Like I notice the small changes. And I know when people being petty, and I know when people being standoffish. And you know, the things I award myself with is that I have a heavy discernment. So I pretty much can tell. Yeah, I have a heavy discernment, so I can pretty much tell.
Okay, I'm gonna step out of
those
things.
Okay. So our guest is getting ready to come. We have one of the Clover G artists, Young Nook. He's getting ready to come, and he's getting ready to grace us. So she had to step out and allow him to come in. So while he's coming in, I'm going to get ready to introduce him. He will be coming in to sit with us, and we're going to talk about his upcoming performance. We're also going to talk about the things that he has planned for the future and how he got started. So he's coming in now. Hello, welcome. Welcome. How are you? You're in the middle. How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
All right.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome, Young Nook, to Ear Hustle TV.
Let me set my live up right quick.
And then also, yes, yeah. We can also just the camera up here so we're in the live.
Here we go.
Okay, Young Nook is live in the building on Ear Hustle TV with CEO Miss Nikki of Bad and Bougie Entertainment and Dr. Gaskin. Welcome. What's going on?
Doing good. Just got through we're going through the mixing and mastering process for the project right now. Just talked to my engineer on the way over here. Yeah, it's been hectic.
Yeah, so we got the Trapping in Texas weekend coming up.
Yep. Excited about that. That's gonna be a big thing. Appreciate you doing it too and reaching out. That was cool of you to do that. So I really appreciate you doing that as well.
No problem. Bad and Bougie Entertainment is always
A helping hand always.
Thank you.
We were just talking about that. We were just talking about how Bad and Bougie actually help artists,
Right.
and put people on the stages, and I just don't believe she gets the credit for the things that she do.
The credit, yeah, man. She been doing this for a while.
Right.
I know that for a fact. I know I've been around you for a while now. Prior to Shermo being locked up.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing this for a while. And I remember when you first started doing it, it was really like you and the Shermo thing where you was just trying to get him some exposure. That's how it all really started. You know what I'm saying? Her trying to get her son some exposure. And she been on it ever since then. I remember what was the first show you had through? I was surprised when I seen the flyer. Actually, I was like, I had hit Shermo. I remember like it was yesterday. Like who? What is bad as bougie? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm asking him that because I'm like, it's like, bro, you a thug. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you
You know what
bougie.
I'm saying? And I'm like, you a thug. You know what I'm saying? You repping the brand Bad and Bougie. What's going on? And he was like, nah, that's my mom's thing. That's my mom's company. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. And then I started putting two to two together.
Yeah.
Then we was out there hanging out at the house where the studio used to be, which was in her house. And then it started connecting to me. I started connecting the dots. Like, okay, yeah, I understand what's going on. She helping her son. He helping her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I'm his
So
manager.
she was a momager, basically. You know.
Yeah, momager.
Yeah.
I'm digging that shirt. That shirt.
I appreciate it. I got this from a store called Sutherland. I believe it was called Austin, Texas. It was after a show we did. Flipping Us did a show, and we just did it. It was a dope venue, a whole dope event, and we went back to the dude happened to own a store.
Oh, okay.
And it was hella clothing and stuff in there. Mm-hmm. And he just was like, man, get what y'all want. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
It was one of them things. And I remember this was one of the shirts I had grabbed, man. He said the shirt was doing well and stuff like that. And plus I like it because it got the old school, text that I went with for my project. So, yeah, I had liked it.
Okay.
So how did you get involved or started? How did you come up with the name Young Nook?
Okay, so I just added the young to it. Anybody who know me, like friends, family, or anything like that, they know me as Nook. Like my mom don't even call me by my government name. Like my grandmama don't. Like it's just non-existent in my family for somebody who know me that's like a friend of family to call me Clifford. You know what I'm saying, by my government name. So only one who really called me that really truthfully is my fiance. You know what I'm saying? When she get on my nerves, I get on. She's like Clifford. I'm like, oh, yeah. That's the only time my mom. That's the only time my mom really use it too. She'll call, be like Clifford, and I'll be like, oh shit, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But, so I had, I was always kind of one of the artists that, nothing against artists adding, you know what I'm saying, making up a name or nothing like that. But I always was kind of like, I was just going to be who I was. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, if my family and my friends know me as Nook, then that's what entertainment and the industry should know me as. So I always stuck with that. And I didn't want to be the dude that had the name like Young Hannibal. And then you go back to my neighborhood or my city and they like, who is Young Hannibal? You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that.
Switched up on
versus you just being like, oh yeah, I know who Nook is. I've been knowing Nook, so it came from my grandma, my dad's mom, my deceased grandmother. She had gave me the name and it just stuck. And that name went through the streets, prison systems, the entertainment industry, you know what I'm saying? It just stuck with me. So I just kept it that.
Okay.
So how many you got your videos and everything set up for your album?
Yeah, we definitely I'm dropping a visual. I want to say Monday. Yeah, I'm dropping a new visual Monday. It's gonna be. I don't want to really talk like too much on it.
Okay.
I want it to be like a surprise drop. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's definitely different. It ain't gonna be the typical music video. It's not gonna be nothing like that. In fact, physically, I'm not even in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be dope like that. Like it's gonna be cool. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's definitely different. Yeah. All right, now you got me looking.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you performing all 3 days, the first, second, and the third. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to perform all 3 days. All 3 days. They're gonna get trapped into Texas all 3 days. So I'm ready to do that all 3 days. I'm prepared to perform. The songs that I got I kind of already know what I'm gonna use, what songs I'm gonna take off the project, which ones I feel like I'm gonna push, which ones I feel gonna be crowd engaging, that I feel like the audience could take part in. So yeah, definitely.
What would you say your biggest takeaway of this experience from where you were to where you are now?
From where I was to where I am now, like my biggest take on it. Um, I always say it all the time. I had this talk with like probably three people: my fiance, my mom, and one of my close homeboys.
Right.
Uh, Basically, pretty much when you this far, it's like you closer to making it than quitting. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So like, when you this far, when you came, when you like this far in it, what I mean this far in it, like I done spent so much money in this stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like 1 year was like 50K. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like my last project, I was like 50,000 in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But and it come with trial and error, things you learn as far as marketing go and stuff like that. It's some things that I was like, when I spent that much money, I wish I would have did this. You know what I'm saying? That I
Yeah.
know
Definitely.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That I
Yeah.
know now, and
Right.
it's okay. You know, it come with
It's a
trial and
learning
error. You know what I'm
experience.
saying? Because the more I listen to other people, you know what I'm saying, the more I get comfortable with the mistakes that I've made.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? When I hear people who really made it, you know what I'm saying, and then I hear the things that they went through and the adversity that they went against,
Right.
and then I'd be like, okay, I'm like, okay, dude spent over 100,000. You know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying?
You
Yeah.
ain't spent
Yeah.
nearly
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
that much,
Yeah.
saying?
right?
Yeah, he's still where he needed to be, and it's
Right.
paid off. So
Exactly.
when stuff like that be happening, I look to God for show,
That's
for
it.
inspiration, and then I always look to hear other people's stories. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Because if I could matching up a little bit, and if I can get some pieces from my story to make sense of along the way how you got to your success,
Right.
then I'd be feeling like, okay, if they overcame that, then I should be all right. You know what I'm saying? But my whole outlook on it is, like I said, is it ain't no point of stopping now. And then at this point, I learned so much about streaming and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
marketing, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and um, it was like this was probably the most stressed out year for me, but it's the most year I made money with music. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So with that being said, it's like that shit just come with it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It really just come with it because I was like when you get like this year I had like the biggest check I ever got from my music. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So I was just like when that had happened, I was like, yeah, I wanted to keep doing this. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm
Yeah.
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 saying? I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Okay. All
yeah,
right. Yeah. That's a little
yeah. So
motivation right
I
there.
was like, that's cool. If I could get something like this every 60 days, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? So I was okay with
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with putting in the work and the grind that's expected of me at this point.
Right. Right.
And the good thing is, he's not even from Texas. He came to Texas.
Oh, not from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm not from Texas at all.
Where are you
I'm
from?
from Minnesota. I'm from Minneapolis actually.
Ooh,
And I'm
that's
from
far.
actually from the neighborhood, the same exact neighborhood that the George Floyd incident happened. You know what I'm saying? Like that store,
Oh.
Cut Fools, that's our neighborhood store. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
wow.
So yeah, that when that had happened, I was out there like every day. You know
Dang.
what I'm
So how did you
saying?
feel? Now this just took a whole little turn
Yeah. So
into it.
how did
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
feel? What Where did that lead you?
Um I had it was like I've been wanting where I'm from to get attention for so long, but it was like the wrong way.
The
You
wrong
know what
kind
I'm
of
saying?
attention.
So I was just like, it was like it tore me up to see like the
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood that I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
corner store that I used to go to and stuff like that. Um, to just be back there and then just to see like how much shit the people was going through and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And I was out there every day of the process, like from the moment it happened, basically. And I don't even live in the neighborhood no more, and I don't even live in the city. That I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
even living in the city
Mm-hmm.
at the time, but I was still out there. Like I just go out there like and march with the people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Rally with the people. Went out there a couple times, talked. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
just it was when it happened, it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
a lot of shit had happened. I seen gas stations that I seen in my city for years that was there was burned down. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
The gas station, the Super America across the street I grew up to going to, was burned down. You know what I'm saying? It's vacant right now. Bus
Mm-hmm.
stops are vacant. Things like that. So when I seen that, I understood the message. I definitely was with the people with the message. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But just when I had seen that, that was like that was a lot for me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Um, Definitely understand the message, but to tear up your own community.
Yeah. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When I
You're not
started,
hurting the other community. You tearing up the internal community
Yeah.
that
right,
you're dealing with. So I can see how that can externally bother
Mhm.
somebody and internally bother somebody, because
Mhm.
I understand you making a point, but you stopping the process of our community by
Mhm.
doing that.
Mhm.
right.
The
Right.
process and the progress.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, and when that, so yeah, that's what the effect of it was, and it ain't gonna never be the same no more. I had to deal with the fact of that, and I pretty much accepted it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the friends that I grew up with and shit that's still over there, they go over there here and there, you know, and it just ain't the same no more.
Do you
Um,
believe it's more of the mindset, or the culture, like the culture is now pivoted to we can't trust people, so we out here trying to make it on our own.
right. I would say I would say it's the mindset. You know what I'm saying? But the law enforcement, they don't really make it no better. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? I would say my my whole thing is I understand people when they say every cop ain't a bad cop. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
Because every
Right.
person ain't a bad person.
Right.
Mhm.
You
Right.
know, every cashier ain't gonna give you a hard time. Every cashier
Right.
ain't a
It's
bad
it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's
cashier.
based on the isolated
Yeah,
incident or
Mhm.
individual.
yeah.
Right.
I
Right.
feel like they need to overlook it at law enforcement as far as because like 80% of the time they not there when they not arriving when the situation happened or nothing. They come
Afterwards, and
afterwards.
make a
So
judgment.
I just feel like they should be more so they should do more training on them de-escalating the situation.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
And I feel like once they figure that out, then I don't think it's gonna be no problems
So
because
what could you
uh,
do going back
As an artist or
as
as
an
a part, yeah.
artist, and then and with your platform? What do you believe that you could do to try to shift that mindset, or to even present it to the police? You can actually present it to the police to get more
right.
training.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely use my platform opportunities like this
Mhm.
to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't Rodney King or nothing like
You
that. You
don't
know what
have
I'm
to be.
saying?
You don't
Like,
have to be. See,
yeah,
it starts with
yeah,
everything. Starts with a person,
yeah,
and
Mhm.
you'll be surprised,
yeah.
because they didn't just get to where they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely make a difference. You know, I was very vocal about it when it happened. You go on Instagram, you probably see photos of me out there like
Mhm.
this. Like it's shit that I'm a frame. You know what I'm saying
Mhm.
for my grandkids to see. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying that didn't get to see it. You know, didn't get to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like
Yeah.
I was real vocal about it. I spoke to my community though when it happened. I was one of the people that got up and used the microphone and
Good.
talk on the podium in front of the whole neighborhood. So I spoke up when it happened, and I'm gonna continue to use my platform when I got
Right.
opportunities like this. The bigger it get, you
Because
know.
it's needed.
Yeah, and regardless how big or how small the platform is, you know, I'm
Mhm.
gonna use
A
the
voice is a
platform
voice.
to use
Mhm.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, I'm super proud of you on that because
Me
I didn't
too.
even know that.
Me
yeah,
too.
yep,
Me too. You'd be surprised once you. Me too. That's good, because a lot of people mindset does not focus on that. They focus on the popularity and the money. So to really hone in into your community and say, okay, I'm gonna keep using my platform for that.
Mhm.
That's a lot.
yeah, yep. And well, like I said, whatever platform that I could speak on and utilize it, any interviews in the future, anything like that. It don't matter if it's drink champs, you know what I'm saying,
Right. Right. Right.
or no jumper or
Right.
anything. You
Mhm.
know what
Right.
I'm saying? It don't matter what it is. I'm gonna use it to discuss that, and then that's always. I know that that's gonna be forever a thing now. When
Mhm.
people know that I'm from Minneapolis, from Minnesota,
Mhm.
you know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's gonna be something that I'm gonna always have to address
Or
now
somebody will say,
for
how do you think?
yeah,
Yeah.
because that's what it been. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
so far.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, how do you feel about what happened there? That's what it been. So I'll be prepared for it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like you say, to go back and see places that you used to go to, like not there anymore.
Yeah,
That was a
childhood memories.
that was a
Burn
shocker.
down.
And then it was like the upside of, like I said, it was I wanted the people who came by and visited. I wish it wouldn't have had to been under that circumstances.
Right.
It's kind of like a funeral when everybody, all the family come together at the funeral. You be like, damn, why we ain't have no family reunion? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like that. And when I started seeing all the celebrities come to the neighborhood and stuff like that, like I started seeing Fabulous, Nick Cannon, Trey the Truth, you know, people like that come by and show love. I was like, oh, that's cool. It was like I almost felt like it was like how people near Crenshaw feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, it's like becoming a landmark now. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, it had to be that way.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow. Well, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And I'm gonna say it like this because I believe that in some sense that a lot of artists don't get respected for their intellect because of sometimes they just seeing the popularity or they doing this or it may be flashy or it may be this and I truly believe that a lot of artists, no matter what genre, get stereotyped before a person gets to know them. And and then a lot of artists feel like they can't be who they are.
Yeah.
So one thing I did like that you said was I didn't want another name. I wanted where if they go back to my neighborhood, they would say, "Oh, that's Nook." You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that meant a lot because basically you staying true to you.
Yeah, I couldn't even fake it. I tried it when I was a kid. Like when I was like first started, I was like, "What's my rap name gonna be?"
When
You know
you
what
was
I'm
a kid.
saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I tried
When
it.
you
I
was a
couldn't
kid.
even fake it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I tried it. I tried allies, all that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, man. I'm just it's easy to just be who you is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And from the gate, I pretty much I was like, and that's like as you know, like even with Shermo, you know, that's his real name. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain individuals that I just feel like that won't just ain't gonna just go the extra mile. You know what I'm saying? To do things like that. And I'm one of them people that I'm not finna change. And I done had people even be like, what if you get like super major and big and like and then like that'll be a different household type of name, and I just be like, it ain't even my plan like to get huge as hell.
We just talked about that.
We just talked
You
about
feel me?
that, but
about not changing and
Yeah.
remembering who helped you in the beginning.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the most important part, how people forget.
yeah,
And then you become too big for the people that helped you.
yeah. And I don't never do that. Like anybody that I ever dealt with, business wise, former management, former labels, anything like that, I'm still good with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I still could call them. Matter of fact, with this project Trapping in Texas, I got a song with Mike Jones going on there with a former label mate that we never even released. You know what I'm saying? That I was like, I just called him like, bro, I'm putting this on Trapping in Texas. You know, he was like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, people never got to hear it.
Yeah.
So some people, you know, after you ain't associated or affiliated with people, they'll get in their feelings and be like, nah, man, I don't want to do this, or nah, man, or you venturing up that way and I'm still right here. No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now be with it. But anybody I ever dealt with business wise, like I said, I'm still good with them. I'm still cool with them. They still show up and support shows or something like that.
And that's a good way
I
to
ain't
be.
never had no problem with
Don't
people.
burn no bridges.
Don't
that
burn
you
any
can't cross
bridges.
back.
Yeah. Yep.
that's
So
a
I
good
ain't
way
never
to
had to deal with that.
That's a good way to be.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in today's time when social media looking for the next big story.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're looking
Definitely.
for the next big story, anything to take somebody down.
Mm-hmm.
Or uplift them,
Yeah,
depending
blogs
on the
and stuff,
situation.
they ain't playing nowadays.
They not
man.
playing.
They them captions and them titles on.
They know how to capture people and misleading. They be misleading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Misleading and could damage a person's whole career.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
one little story that they wanted to go viral. So that's so true.
Yep.
And it don't even
And
be
they'll
the
do that.
whole story.
It don't even be a whole story. It'd be like a little bit of the story.
The
Just
damaging part.
like for example, just like what just happened with Flip with the Young Jock thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of misleading titles. You know what I'm saying? But they
That
trying to
can
get
call,
their
if you're not
videos in the
careful,
algorithm. You know, they trying to get their music, their videos, and their channels in the algorithm and stuff like that. So they just saying anything.
And the funny thing about Flip is Flip is not a confrontational person, so he don't really even the thing, he don't even let that, you know what I'm saying? He not gonna get into no social media wars with nobody.
Nah, he not confrontational at all.
Yeah.
As far as when it comes to the internet, you won't see no subliminal stuff.
Yeah, he not gonna do, because I know I be wanting to go off and I be like, nah, Flip gonna handle it his way. Because I said something the other day when somebody was saying something about, oh, he only worth $4 million or something. I'm like, what does it matter? It was something that they said, and they went to Google or something, and I'm like, well, what does it matter what a person is worth? You can have more than $4 million and might not be worth shit, you know.
I don't. Hey, it's at the point now. I don't even feed into that stuff.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know, it doesn't even.
Yeah, being on this label, I done heard it all. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we know Flip personally. I'm related, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I done heard it all. You know what I'm saying?
They Googling, they just going by what stats on Google and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't actually know what you only know what that person wants you to know.
Right. Yeah, that's all it is. What PRs and stuff put out and stuff like that. But like I said, I you deal with a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because stuff in the past that happened and shit, people still chatterbox about like T.I. stuff and everything,
and
like
not
that
even
stuff.
knowing Flipping T.I. got a record together. And when I told somebody that, they was like, "Oh, Flipping T.I. got a record together." I said,
they don't research
in my pocket. And they was like, "Oh," I was like, "No, people
nah,
don't want to hear that
on TV. They don't understand.
Or they can't scroll through it. They'll believe a lie quicker than the truth.
Yeah, but they have a recent, maybe about a year ago.
Yeah, they had did a song.
In my pocket they have a song out.
It's called Shells.com. Yeah. Shells.com. So it's out. It's on YouTube and stuff like that.
So tell us what your future plans are. How do you see it? Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
In the next 3 to 5 years, I see myself as a successful independent artist. Like I said, it ain't about the fame or the notoriety or popularity or nothing like that for me at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's more like I'm embedded in this now, and it's like I plan on being legend in this now. You know what I'm saying? So and when I mean embedded and plan on being legend in it, it's like Texas is big. You know what I'm saying?
It's
That's
big.
why I named the project Trapping in Texas, because one thing I know about Texas is you don't have to leave Texas to make $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to leave Texas to even be to live off your music. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to leave Texas. Like, if your music get past Texas, you're just fortunate. You know what I'm saying? I always say that all the time, because it's like over 14 million people here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I come from a state of maybe 5 million people, inner city of maybe 300,000 black people. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like that the same in Chicago and Detroit and stuff like that. So I don't think like I said, if Zero, Lil Flip, Bun B, UGK, Scarface, they was just fortunate enough to get their music past Texas, which made it a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get past here, then you extra set. You know what I'm saying? But you don't really need to. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you see house. And and it's like I feel like that's more so what I signed up for. You know what I'm saying? To be on that note. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I signed up to be the next Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? Or the next Drake or no shit like identity. That. You know what I'm saying? I signed up to be hustling. You know what I'm saying? To be pushing the music as an independent artist, probably build a label in the future or something like that, or a distribution company or something like that for other artists, and sign some other artists or something like that. But for the most part, I signed up to hustle. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of independent artists, I feel like if I'm gonna get on the advice I would give independent artists since we on the topic of being independent and being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the sooner artists like decide which lane they gonna go into,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they'll be more comfortable with doing their music and taking care of the business and what come with it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is like I was saying, like I ain't in it for no popularity, like or people to be like, oh, he cool or he signed with
Mhm.
Flip or he fuck with I ain't in it for that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I'm in it literally to put like 30 projects up on the board. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
collect my royalties for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And live off my music. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah. So,
Like-
but what if your kids wanted to do music? Would you?
Oh man, my son, he wanted to do music. He was just rapping on it before I came here. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's
literally.
in his blood.
Yeah, his name is Artist actually.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
So I named them Artists. I just feel like when people at their lowest or when people is in doubt, I feel like your kids give you that energy.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like your kids just give you that extra glow, that extra push. So I was like, as long as my son named Artist, I'm going to forever be motivated.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? As long as I got to say Artist,
Artist, yeah.
Artist, what you doing? You
Yeah,
know what I'm
artist.
saying?
It's a reminder.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
reminder.
reminder what I gotta do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like it's a reminder what I gotta do because I always was like, man, I don't want my son to be in, you know what I'm saying, like 8th grade, you know what I'm saying, to be like my dad a rapper and then they not know who he is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They gotta know something, you know what I'm saying?
You're thinking of the
Then I'm
future.
putting in the work,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So that's what it is
That's
with
dope.
that for me. And so that's why I named them artists stuff. I just spelled it different, ARTYST, just to be different.
Yeah, just to be
course,
different.
yeah.
But you're different is different
Yeah,
is in
different
now.
is
Yeah.
different, and he is
Mhm.
different. You know what I'm saying? So
Different is the new authentic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's what I like. I always try to pick little nuggets that I gather from individuals that we interview, and I really see a business mindset in you.
Mhm.
I like how you talk, and I like your community work,
Mhm.
and I like how you already have planned in the future,
Yep.
and and you like what you're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not something that you making up. And one thing that I caught was that you said, I'm not in it for popularity, which
Mhm.
means that it's coming.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
when a person do it for popularity, they'll fall for the next big thing.
yeah,
And that means that you probably thoroughly think through before you make
Mhm.
decisions. And that's a good thing.
absolutely.
That's a good thing. You're humble.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're humble.
In the most way, and I always say that, and I prefer it that way because it be so much going on in my city back with the music thing.
Mhm.
Like it be a lot of people do things for bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, bro, if it was about that, I'd have bragged a long time ago.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Almost every song I got is with a mainstream artist.
Mhm.
I got more songs with people who got platinum popularity
Mhm.
or any of that stuff. It'll be I'd have been one.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
You wouldn't have
saying?
you wouldn't have to move out
Bragging
the
or
city.
anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that was part of the reason why I left because I was just like, man, I gotta be somewhere where the entertainment at and where they respect entertainment.
Mhm.
And I was like, I don't want to be in LA. I don't want to be in Atlanta. I love LA though, even though my last project I recorded it there, but I just was like, I don't want to be in Atlanta. It's oversaturated. Just ain't it for me. So I was just like, Texas, you know what I'm saying? Because they respect independent artists here so much and they love the culture so much here.
Mhm.
And it was like, that's the shit that I'm into.
Right.
You know, like when you be in the club here and you hear Lil Kiki Southside come on and you see a 21, 22-year-old, 18, 19-year-old
Still
dance
doing
to
it.
it.
Yeah.
And you hear them and you see them dancing to it. And it's like, whoa, that's how deep the culture run here though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never seen it
And
like that nowhere else.
old school jam is where it's at.
And that's like when my niece got married, they came down the stairs and they played the South Side, and all of the bridesmaids and grooms came down the stairs doing the South Side.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, and that's the type of shit I want to be part of. Like
Mhm.
that type of shit because that's dope. That just show you how far the culture done went and
Oh, the
how much
culture
people
stays alive.
Yeah, it
And
stay
it's
alive in
repetitive
Texas.
Yeah.
Like
too.
prior to me coming here, like I remember being here and just coming to visit so many times. You remember I came here a lot.
As a matter of fact, last year, this day, it came back on my thing that you were here with me and DJ
screenshotted
Mix.
it. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did an interview when I was here.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
year, but we were on the other side, on the radio side.
Yeah.
See, God work like that.
Yeah, it be that real though.
The exact
You know what
same
I'm
day.
saying? The same day.
Wow.
That's
The
crazy.
exact same day.
Wow. God
Yeah.
work like that.
And a lot of them happened since then. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A lot of them happened since then.
He remember being at the house, and I used to be in the studio trying to rap.
Yeah, she has.
Who, you?
She cut a
I
couple.
got a song.
She got a song or two.
Yeah.
She got a song or two for real.
Yeah, for real.
It blew me when I came in the studio and that ceremony
Yeah.
turned it on. I was like, what?
You never know though.
Yeah.
Especially with now how they do TikTok and stuff. You never know. You'd be like, that's them. You know, people got a lot of talent these days.
It's a lot of talent, man. And I just hope that people who choose to do this, man, that they in it for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if my kid decided to do music or something like that, I'll be with him 100%. He ain't gonna get played, you know what I'm saying? Or nothing like
And
that.
that's the thing.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be none of that going on. And if he do, this is like basketball. He had the right coach. You know what I'm saying? I've been around.
I like the way he put that.
Yeah, he got the right.
Yeah, he had the right
So
coach.
our time is really far spent, but could you tell them how to get in contact with you on social media and shout out to your project coming up?
Oh yeah, social media, Instagram at Young Nook World, YouTube at Young Nook TV, Facebook Young Nook YUNG NUK, Twitter at Young Nook World, Instagram at Young Nook World.
TV, by the way.
Your kids?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. I appreciate it. Tell them I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they'll get the new music coming out too.
And her nephew is also performing July 2nd, 713E.
Okay. I like his name.
713E. Yeah. So
he is true to Houston.
Yeah. See, you see how deep it run? Like it ain't no rappers called Minneapolis or Chicago. Well, right. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no rappers or nothing like that named that. So like I said, man, I'm just glad to be here. You know, I'm ready to work this project. I'm just ready to get it done. It was done. Ready to drop it and to continue grinding with new music, because I know that's how it is now. It's like you just got to be more consistent and stuff right now. And I just feel like I'm at the point in my career where that's gonna pay me the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's gonna like I said, I'm in it for the legend phase. That you know what I'm saying? And
I done seen y'all put in a lot of work.
Yeah, legends put in. Man, they catalog go back years. You know what I'm saying? And when I see still getting booked, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, I be like, man, genre of rap or hip hop or whatever you want to label it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you like past your 20s, it's a rap. You know what I'm saying? And we the only ones that write our shit off like that though. You know what I'm saying? Rock and roll. Yeah, Guns N' Roses, they be touring, you know what I'm saying? At 90 years old, barely could able get up the damn stage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And people still be, you're right, but it's some songs that I still rock.
Yeah, it's a lot of old school rap songs that I like, that I listen to, and I be like, damn, I wonder if they was the still tour or something, I'll show up. You know what I'm saying?
They look at me like this, but I'm quick to do Tupac E40.
Yeah, E40. I'm going to E40 show. Yes, I'm going to E40 show for sure. I'm going to a Too Short show, all that.
Too short now.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm glad they started doing the verses. Yeah. I'm glad they started doing the verses because they giving these older artists their flowers. You know what I'm saying?
And then for people to really see.
To read.
But I tell you what really brought us back is when that Super Bowl happened. Because my kids was like, "What's she doing, baby? I'm over there."
Oh yeah, 50 in the club, Dre, everybody, Snoop. that's I'm inspired by all of them for sure. I'm
That-
inspired
that
by all of
was-
them.
we didn't just fall out the sky at this age.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all
We
need
had
to
to
know
definitely
that.
get here. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely for sure. Yeah, I'm a fan of Snoop Dogg, for sure. That's my dog Snoop. And I was inspired by it. Mostly I think the biggest inspiration I had of my music though, I would say, is like Jay-Z for sure and Cash Money for sure. And then for sure Flip. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Jay-Z, them, they always had a business mindset along with what they did. And they owned what they did.
Yeah, and that's
They
the
didn't
thing,
allow other
ownership,
people to-
man.
Yeah.
Ownership with the music. I'm a firm believer in that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot, and I'm gonna stand on that because I seen a lot of older artists get. I seen them get a lot of artists from that era is not set for life now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I just it's messed up to me that they took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Because of you got to think, a lot of these families that had artists like this, they deserve generational wealth, and they were stripped of that when that happened. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at these labels, when you look at these label heads and shit, that shit. They songs bought their kids their first apartment. They song paid for their kids after they got married first crib.
People buy
And people buying catalogs and you know what I'm saying and things like that of that nature. So with that type of stuff going on, I'm definitely a firm believer in people being independent and them owning all of their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if something happened to you, you know what I'm saying, you want to be able to leave that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like even like God forbid if something was to happen to me, you know what I'm saying? Like my kids, they'll still have a check coming in every 60 days.
Royalties,
You know what I'm saying? Just from the shit that I done. You know, so definitely it's definitely different. I'm definitely rooting for artists to get more control over they catalogs and stuff like that because if not, man, it's a terrible feeling to be knowing that you could perform that the whole world sing your song and your kids can't eat off it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely for artists getting their money.
Okay, well, everybody, thank you guys for joining. Young Nook. We'll see Young Nook.
Shout out EJ Carter too. We got a project coming out after Trapping in Texas. Survival of the List. I forgot that.
I talked to EJ 2 days ago.
Yeah, he just hopped on there. Me and him definitely we got a nice project coming. It's dope.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the world to hear it. Yeah, I can't wait for the world to hear it. Like we've been taking our time with it. Like we only record a song like every other month. You know what I'm saying?
EJ was another one. He's from St. Louis. Shout out to EJ Carter. So Young Nook and Clover G's Bad and Bougie Entertainment headquarters lounge July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 10953 Telephone Road.
Yep. Trapping in Texas.
That's
Texas. The release party.
For Young Nook.
And we live.
Release party,
1st through the 3rd. It's all events. 1st through the 3rd, and then on the 4th you can kick it with your family and friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you got family and friends here throughout the little weekend, that's something y'all could do before the events.
Because the 1st we got Young Nook album release. The 2nd we got Psycho Pillar single release, and then on the 3rd we have Lil Flip, Lil Hawk, we have Young Al, we have Highway Yellow. We just have we have about 13 artists. We have about throughout the whole weekend we have about 30 artists.
Well, y'all heard it here. So if you're not doing anything, come out. Even if you're doing something, come out.
Come out and join.
Come out and enjoy.
And Bad and Bougie Entertainment at Headquarters Lounge 10593 Telephone Road.
Road, Houston.
This is Ear Hustle TV. Until next time, love, peace, and unity.
Love, peace, and unity. There we go.